Hello there! Welcome back to It Gets Lonely Here, where we are in fact dressing, well, the mistress. It had slipped your mind, yes, to your shame. Yeah. You were too busy trying not to fixate upon the princess's hard skin to think about how best to conceal it. My dress is in my armoire. The princess says, glanced over to the aforementioned piece of furniture. The armoire of hers is identically curved wooden structure, large enough or so, you estimate, to fit inside. Fit inside it, enough dresses are to attire a whole bedroom worth of princesses. I'd like to wear the red one. It's my favorite. Would you be a dear and fetch it for me? Oh. I don't want to rush you, but it is rather cold in here, especially when I'm still naked. Of course. She raises a good point. You turn away from the princess to make your way to her armoire. Once there, you open the wooden doors and peruse the clothes hanging within. It is just as you expected. Inside the wardrobe lies numerous dresses, all of them finely sewn and decorated with no shortage of robes laced in iridescent pearls. You find the princess's red dress soon enough, then hurry to her side. Hell yeah! With your spoils in hand, you hurry to dress her, concealing once again the princess's pale skin beneath layers upon layers of soft red velvet. Huh, now I know it's made out of velvet. She is easier to look at now. You know, with her skin's concealed. That might have been the most nerve-wracking task you have ever had to accomplish. Even more than your personal escape through the foggy forest. Well, at least you got out of there. Why, it seems a small miracle you could still remember how to breathe. Ha! That's much better. Thank you, dear one, for your help. You've not been here for a full day, but I already wonder what would I do without you. Good. Shyly, you assure the princess that you did really nothing beyond your job. You did not do anything incredible. And in any case, being complimented by someone so pretty is embarrassing. Depending on context. Don't be like that. I want to compliment you. Why shouldn't I? When you've been so helpful. It'd be rude not to. And anyway, I think you're very pretty too. Hell yeah. Oh my. Your face flushes from this more deeply than ever before. Hell yeah, at least the prince is being really nice. got to count yourself lucky. Really. What with all of this exclusive expensive blushing, that the princess does not seem to possess any vampiric tendencies. Yet. You are making yourself quite the easy target. Now, the princess declares, why don't we go for a walk? It's a nice day, and I got so very bored of being cooped up inside. Funny enough, I actually went outside a little bit before I started recording. And even though it's rainy at the moment, you can't think of any particular objections to rise to this remark, and you think the princess might have a point. The castle, though expensive, is somewhat stifling. The walls are so very thick. They put you in mind of a crypt. Well, considering that we left a crypt. With your acquaintance assured, acquisitions concerned, the princess exits her chamber, her posture elegant, and her game to unharmed. She seems not to walk, so as she navigates her way through seemingly endless hallways of her own, but to float like a cloud. The hem of her dress swooshes around her legs, and her hair shuffles like a shroud. The castle's courtyard, meanwhile, is sadly lacking in composition to the princess's beauty. This is new. The courtyard is fenced by the castle walls, but looks in the stark muddy light till the imposing fence line soldiers steadying sentinel. Let's see what it looks like fully, to be honest. Not bad. Decently sized. Looks rather nice. There's also trees in the background. Though the sun is out, it is not particularly bright, and neither is it particularly warm. The courtyard itself, meanwhile, is in a state of disarray. The flower beds are in shambles, and all overgrown with weeds. It is all rather depressing. The princess's castle might be grand in scale, but the courtyard itself is simply hemmed in to the claustrophobic degree, all like a coffin. The princess, however, seems not to share your delirious mood. Well, all comes down to perspective. She insists, looking entitled by her newfound surroundings, her smile unwavered. She gambles about the lump-folding heather and there as she examines the weed-infested flower beds. Her lacking comes to cease, however, by the brush, one is full of bright red roses. Oh, how very pretty. And do you think they're gorgeous, dear one? Yes. I will have to say that or I get killed. Knowing how royalty likes to operate. The flowers are not disappointing, you suppose. Hell yeah! Let's see what it is before I read anything. Put in a lot of fucking detail. Or just took a picture of a fucking of a rose and then just like put texture over it, but other than that, it's not bad. This looks pretty nice. They make for a fine spectacle. In fact, a welcome splash of color when contrasted by the dullness and dryness which permeates the rest of the country, the courtyard. Though the flowers in their beds were wilted, withered things, it is not so for those roses. They are a rich, bright red, just like blood. Their heads so full, they seem almost to drip beneath the weight of their own engorged pelts. Good. Now we know. They are pretty, in a sense. But there is something unsettling about them. Something that is almost obscene. How do these roses become so vivid, so very red? That is a good question. Could be a few things. Which has been staining? What has been staining them? Could it be possibly that those roses have been draining the life from the other flowers, which are struggling to grow within this garden? It is a fanciful thought, but okay, so we could easily just give a guess on what could happen. They're simply divine. Looking at these roses always lifts my spirits. They really are my most favorite flowers. I simply must pick some of them. Perhaps I could use them to decorate my bedchamber. It could use a bit of color. The princess reaches out to pluck one of the roses free from its resting place amongst its brethren. You watch her, your breath battered anxiety, anxious that this gesture might result in preferred flesh and bright red blood. But the princess is not as clumsy as you fear. Of course she is not. Who did you think she was? You? Who knows? Rather than worrying about other people, you would be better served if you worried more about yourself. I'm not stopping her. The princess holds her newly pilfered rose to her nose and inhales. Her eyelids falling shut as the flower's sweet scent washes over her. And from here, I think it's the best time to kind of end the episode here. Well, we question what the hell she's questioning. But for me, I think it's the best time to end it. So then you guys can do the other things and all that. So, I hope you guys have a great time and a great day too. Like question what she's plotting to do. So, I'll see you guys next time.